Hey there! So if you've ever built anything for iOS, you've definitely used a UView. But did you know that underneath every single one of them, there's this powerful and honestly pretty misunderstood partner called a CALayer? Today, we're going to pull back that curtain and finally get to the bottom of this. So let's get right to it. What is the real difference between the two? Now, this might seem like a simple question, but really, truly getting the answer, well, that's a huge step toward mastering your UI development, building those slick animations, and really optimizing how your app performs. All right, first up, let's meet the UView. The best way to think about it, it's the manager. It's the brains of the whole operation. Now, if you look it up in the docs, Apple will tell you it's a rectangular area on the screen. And yeah, that's true, but it's so much more than just a box. This is the part of your app that actually listens and responds to the user. Its job is all about structure and, well, interaction. It's the thing that figures out where it should be on the screen, using auto layout. It manages all the other little views you might stick inside of it, and most importantly, it's what handles all the user input, every tap, every swipe. So here's the bottom line. Anytime you touch your phone screen inside an app, you're interacting with a UView. It's that tangible piece that connects your app's logic to your user's fingertips. Okay, so if the UView is the manager, who's our second character? Well, let's meet the CALayer. This is the artist. This is the one responsible for making everything look absolutely brilliant. Its official name comes from Core Animation, which is Apple's own powerhouse framework for high-performance graphics. And that right there is the key. Its whole reason for being is to draw pixels on the screen, and to do it beautifully and super efficiently. And just look at what it's responsible for. It's all visual. It's doing the actual drawing, handling those buttery smooth hardware-accelerated animations, and managing all the little styling details we love, like rounded corners, drop shadows, and borders. So a great way to think of the CALayer is as this powerful behind-the-scenes rendering engine. It just takes the instructions and turns them into that polished, final image the user gets to see. It's the artist that brings the manager's whole vision to life. So how do these two actually work together? The thing is, they aren't rivals at all. They're a perfectly designed team, and each one has a very distinct role to play. And here it is. This is the secret connection. Every single UI view you ever create is automatically backed by its own dedicated CALayer. They're totally inseparable. And you can always get to the artist just by talking to the manager, using that one simple property, view.layer. This right here is the fundamental separation of powers. The UView, it handles the what and the where, user interaction and layout. Meanwhile, the CALayer handles how it looks, the rendering and the animation. And notice this, the CALayer doesn't know a thing about touches or auto layout. That's just not its job. This little phrase really just sums it up perfectly. It's a clever play on words for sure, but it's also the most accurate way to describe their relationship. They each have their own distinct layer of responsibility. Okay, theory is great, but let's jump into some code and see how this partnership actually plays out. How do we, as developers, tell this team what to do? So let's say you want to round the corners of a button. Ask yourself, is that a visual change or an interactive one? It's visual, right? So we talk to the artist, we go straight to the views layer, and we set its corner dot property. Simple as that. What about a drop shadow? It's the exact same logic. That's pure visual flair. So, once again, we go straight to the layer and we tweak properties like shadow opacity. The UView itself doesn't even need to know it's happening. But now, what if you want to do something when the user actually taps that button? Well, that's an interaction. And for that, you have to talk to the manager. You work directly with the UIView, overriding methods like touches began. The layer is completely out of the loop on this one. So after all of that, what's the simple, powerful idea you should walk away with? Let's boil it all down to one final blueprint. Here it is. Seriously, if you remember just one thing from this, make it this table. UIV is for behavior, layout, and interaction. CALayer is for drawing, animation, and effects. Just think, behavior versus appearance. It's that clear. And why does this matter so much? Well, because next time a shadow isn't showing up right or an animation feels a little choppy, knowing who to talk to, the view or the layer, is how you're going to fix it. But it goes even deeper. A lot of times, changing layer properties can be offloaded directly to the phone's GPU, which makes your app feel incredibly fast and responsive. It's kind of the secret to high-performance UI. And hey, if that's not enough to convince you, here's a little pro tip. This isn't just academic theory. This exact question comes up all the time in iOS job interviews. Nailing this answer really shows an interviewer that you have a deep understanding of how the whole system actually works under the hood. So, with this blueprint clear in your mind, that separation of powers between the manager and the artist is now yours to command. So the only question is, what amazing visual effect are you going to perfect? Or what tricky performance issue are you going to solve first?